Joni's name
oh,
on
am I
the
right?
candles. Okay, okay. Joni showed up. She didn't tell me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When do you normally start? Yeah.
Whenever you give me the key. Whenever they give me the
They're
key.
still doing
Oh, okay. I'll come back.
Yes, I was looking at that, but we have time.
Are you giving the announcements?
Yes, sir.
Give me help, kid.
Just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Ira, can you hear this? Can you hear this, Nan?
So I think I'll just.
Excuse me. How you doing, buddy? Good. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to you. Everything good? Everything's
Two,
great.
1, 2, 1, 2. Well, can you make it a little louder? Alex. Alex, can you make it a little louder? 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, there we go. Try your mic. No, try the mic. From this, your hair's not gray yet. Good sound. Good sound. Good sound. It's okay. 1, 2.
Test check 1, 2.
Check
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
My name is David Cherry, and on behalf of myself, our president, Mike Levy, and the other members of the CNT board, I want to welcome everyone and say a very special thank you to all our guests who are joining us this evening. I know everyone is going to enjoy our very special Shabbat in the Round musical program and our stories from the Negev with Rabbi Emeritus Axelrod. But first, I have just a few announcements. Please join us for in-person Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with Rabbi Hutchings, followed by Shabbat morning service in the Beit Tefillah at 10 a.m. Later, Saturday evening, families with small children, including my own, are invited to Hotcakes Havdalah. That's going to be hosted by our cantor, EC. So please gather in your PJs at 5:30 p.m. in the Beit Tefillah and enjoy a scavenger hunt, art activities, story time, and most importantly, hotcakes with lots of fun toppings. The Cantor EC is also launching a new Moms Club, a welcoming, kid-free space for moms to connect, build relationships, and support one another. The first of this club's monthly meetings will be on Sunday, March 1st at 9 a.m., and all moms are welcome to join. Speaking of joining, please join us for a festive Purim Shabbat on Friday, March 6th at 6:15 p.m. Come celebrate with song, spirit, and a touch of theatrical flair as we share a sneak peek of this year's Broadway Purim Spiel. So whether you love Shabbat, show tunes, or just a little joyful laughter, this is a night you won't want to miss. Costumes, and festive energy encouraged, and we hope to see everyone there. And speaking of the famous CNT Purim Spiel, don't miss our religious school Purim Carnival on Sunday, March 8th. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. with our Broadway Purim Spiel, followed by the Carnival, where you'll enjoy train rides, giant inflatables, karaoke, activity booths, classic carnival games, delicious food and coffee, and so much more. And get ready for the highlight of the day, an epic, and we mean epic, water balloon fight with our very own Rabbi Hutchings. So bring your friends and join us for a Purim celebration you won't forget. Our Senior Schmoozers invites our seniors, 65 and over, to Mordecai, Esther, and the Crew, a Purim luncheon on Monday, March 9th at noon. You won't want to miss a Purim Spiel, songs with the Maccabee Academy kindergartners, and the costume contest. So please come dressed in your Purim best for a chance to win a prize, and don't forget to reserve your spot today. And finally, are you feeling exotic? Do you have that travel bug? Well, join Rabbi Hutchings and Rabbi Axelrod in Morocco next winter. An informational meeting is March 10th at 6 p.m. and you can reserve online. And speaking of doing things online, if you need more information or just want a copy of the full schedule of events, including all those that I talked about tonight, or to RSVP for any of our events, please go to our calendar page on our CNT website. So again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome.
Thank you, David. Shabbat shalom. So this is our music of Shabbat in the Round. Usually we're in a round, but we had so many amazing speakers to share with you tonight that we thought we'd just bring you the music of Shabbat in the Round and the feeling of our beautiful sanctuary. So this is our hope and prayer of what we want. What do you want and need in this moment? I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody sing. I want to hear somebody sing. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody sing. So now we turn it to you. What do you want to hear or feel or experience? What do you need in this moment? Love. I want to feel somebody's love. I want to feel somebody's love. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to feel somebody's love. Oh, I heard a bunch of them. You have to help me out. Peace. I want to see some peace. I want to see peace in our world. I want to see shalom down in the valley and over yonder. I want to see shalom. All right, one more because I heard so many. Forgiveness. Okay, I like that. Somebody might be punished right now. I don't know. I want to feel forgiveness. I want to feel forgiveness down in the valley and over yonder. I want to feel forgiveness. I love that you guys are all doing the hand motions over here. Let's try it one more time. So if you didn't catch it, if you're like new or newish, this started a long time ago, but down in the valley and over yonder, that's the hand motion for this. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. All right. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you again to David for giving our announcements. I want to highlight one of them that may be new to you, and you're like, what did he just say? What did she just say? So we're going to Morocco, CNT Travels, and I'm highlighting this tonight because my travel buddy's sitting right next to me. And it was one thing that we decided that we needed to do together to continue was our traveling, because we've traveled to some great places. And Morocco, we went to scout it out, and we both said, yeah, I think that CNT would love to do this trip. So if you want to join us in Morocco next winter at the end of January, we're going to have an interest meeting where you can meet our tour company and our tour guide, and it's going to be March 10th at 6 p.m. And I believe it's here in person, might also be online as an option. But if you want to just check it out, hear about it, maybe join us on this trip, March 10th. So, highlighting that for everybody. And how good it is to be together, brothers and sisters, and Hine Matov Umanaim. How good it is to be here with our amazing men who went on this volunteer mission to Israel, who are going to share their stories with us tonight.
Page 1B in our special prayer books.
Far together, you know. Come, brothers and sisters, let's sing. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 Okay, so along with these amazing people, they have some people that are really important in their life. They're better halves, we might say. So we call up those better halves. We have the wives of the volunteers. I think we have Alyssa, Cassidy, Dina, and
Joni.
And Joni, and who else is joining us tonight?
Dina.
And Angela. I said Dina, did I say Dina? Okay, did I get everyone? Come on up and light our Shabbat candles.
Good Shabbos, everyone. So before we talk about what we did in Israel, I want to begin with who we are and why we went. 6 of us from Congregation Er Tamid made this journey together. Alan Mann, Art Berkowitz, Eric Polis, Josh Wertheimer, Mike Torgeman, and myself. We range in age from our 40s to our late 60s. We come from different professions and different stages of life. In January, 4 of us volunteered for 2 weeks, and 2 of us, Alan and Art, stayed for an additional 2 weeks for a full month. What binds us together is friendship, community, and a shared belief that Judaism is not only something you believe, it's something you do. Over the course of tonight, each of us will share reflections, not a play-by-play of the trip, but moments, encounters, and experiences that stayed with us and continue to shape how we think and feel. I've been to Israel about 25 times over the years. My first visit was when I was 16 years old. I've studied there, traveled there with colleagues, and led many a congregational trip. But until this January, I'd never gone simply to volunteer. That difference mattered to me. After October 7th, Israel was not just in crisis, it was in trauma. Like many of you, I felt shaken, angry, heartbroken, and helpless. I gave sermons, I raised money. All of that was important. But something inside me kept saying, that's not enough. That's not enough for me. I didn't want to respond only with words or money. I wanted to give something a little bit deeper, perhaps even harder. In Jewish language, we call this lishma, for the sake of heaven. Not for recognition, not for a story to tell later, simply because the moment asked something of you. I wanted to give my time, my body, my presence, my neshama, my soul. And now I want to share one moment that made that decision feel very real. Early on in the trip, we were working in a mango orchard in the south, not far from the Gaza border. The work itself was simple, cutting fungus from trees so they wouldn't die. That's right, we did not pick the mangoes, we cut off the fungus. But the setting was anything but simple. This was land that had been overrun on October 7th. Recovery was slow, the scars were visible. Our supervisor was a 20-year-old Israeli named Elan, who was about to enter the army. He worked alongside us quietly, patiently, never complaining, and at one point I looked at him, young enough to be my son, well, even my grandson, I suppose, and realized that while I would soon get on a plane and go home, his journey was just beginning. I remember thinking to myself, this is why I came, not to fix anything, not to pretend I understood everything, but to stand shoulder to shoulder, however briefly, and say to Elan and to all the Israelis that I would meet, you are not alone. That is one moment. You'll hear others tonight, each different, each personal, but they all come from the same place, the desire to show up, to help, to bear witness, and to give something of ourselves, our neshama, during a time of great need. That's why we went, and that's what we hope to share with you tonight.
Good Shabbos. My name is Art Berkowitz. Many people ask me, why did I volunteer for Israel? You know, ever since the 7th of October, I've had this incredible drive to do more than just donate money or voice verbal support for Israel. I was ready to join the IDF. My wife was not too crazy about that. Then I met this poor guy, Alan Mann. When I heard Alan Mann's sermon about his first volunteer trip about 2 years ago, I stalked him from that day on to organize another trip and include me. This was my first trip to Israel, so it was a unique opportunity to learn about Israel, but in an unusual way. It was never intended to be a trip of tourism or a religious experience. My main goal was to extend my hands, ears, and voice to be helpful and supportive. I really got much more than expected. I went I want to tell you about a conversation I had with a young woman at a Shabbat dinner on January 9th. That week, we worked the mango farm, we met IDF soldiers, we bared witness at Nova and the Nahal Reservoir, we bargained with weapons dealers, you'll hear more about that later, met soon-to-be IDF officers, and toured the Negev. She asked, "You took time from your life to help us. Why?" I said, "It's important that you know there is a huge community of American Jews that care and love you." She almost broke down in tears. She said something, "Sometimes we feel abandoned by the world." And I looked at her and I said, "Not us." I said, "We feel your pain and we will do whatever it takes to support you." And tears in her eyes. And holy moly, that was my first week there. I knew we were doing the right thing. I now knew that our actions of volunteering were powerful, that the Israelis that came into contact really appreciated us and needed us to show support. I continued that journey of conversation at the naval base. We met young naval men and women putting their lives on the line for their nation and world Jews. We sat down and spoke to many of these incredible young sailors. I met an officer at the commissary in line purchasing snacks. He was educated in the U.S., attended the Naval Academy and various other warfare schools. He thanked me for being there. He said we were making a great impression for younger naval sailors. When Eric and I were serving food at the officers' mess hall, an older officer closer to my age asked me, "Why are you here?" I said, "I'm retired, I have the time. Plus I sneak the kids next door extra chicken when no one's looking." He laughed hard and said he was retired as well, but was called up to serve. He thanked me and said, "Together we will survive this." During our time at Laquette, harvesting kohlrabi, which is a vegetable, and working the logistics center, we met volunteers from all over the U.S. and Israel. We met the volunteer employees who were so grateful we gave them our time. This was so much more fulfilling than just writing a check for a donation. Alan and I met a woman who was 103 years old at Kibbutz Sadeh Nekahema up north between the Syrian and Lebanon borders. She was the original founder of the kibbutz, founded in 1940. She escaped Germany in 1939 by foot at the age of 16. She went over the Alps to get away. She thanked us for being there. At the same kibbutz, we learned how they dealt with constant rocket attacks from Hezbollah. If they heard an alarm, it was too late to run to a shelter. We learned how they stayed to defend their kibbutz. They were there, this couple was in their mid to late 70s. I came to realize how resilient Israelis of all ages were. Eric, Allen, and I also went to a home for lone combat soldiers called Benji's House. Benji fell in combat in Lebanon in 2006. We met Benji's mother, who started the concept. It was an amazing place. We could not take any photos in order to protect these soldiers, for they were combat soldiers. Funny coincidence is my cousins who live in Ra'ana, where Benji's house is, lived next door to Benji growing up. My second cousin was his best friend. I met an amazing young soldier from the Bronx. He just got there wearing full battle gear. Time did not permit us to volunteer there on this trip, but the time spent there was a wake-up call to the commitment made by Israel for their combat soldiers. We met a young gal in training to become an IDF officer. These kids were the best of the best. She grew up in a kibbutz close to the Gaza border. Every year growing up, she had a birthday party, just like we would do for our kids. However, the party was always in a bomb shelter. Yes, a grim reality of what all Israeli kids endure as they grow up. I am overwhelmed by the collective spirit, all of the people we met, citizens, volunteers, tourists, parents, and soldiers. Despite being under incredible pressure, they have hope and positive outlook for the future. And yes, I will volunteer again.
Thank you, Art. We call upon our Shabbat angels.
Page 2C in our prayer books.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Milech, Malachei HaMelachim, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now I believe that we are ready for our call to prayer, that we are ready to gather, to come all of us to this moment. The words, they're really difficult. Do, do, do. That's your first word.
3B.
All right, I want to hear your doot-doots over here. Doot-doot. Yep, yep. Yeah, Josh is ready. Yeah, there you go. Do-do-do, 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 Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessing, blessed in this moment now and every now too. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessing, blessed in this moment now and every now too. Come, please rise. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Please be seated.
Once on the ground, my name's Eric Polis. Once on the ground, my first major takeaway was a bit of unease regarding our safety, since our first volunteer assignment was tending to mango trees that were close to Gaza. I could hear intermittent machine gun fire less than a couple miles away. Knowing there was a large population of people who would want to kill me that close just because I'm Jewish is something I've never had to endure in the United States. The unease would ebb and flow. As we got farther away from the Gaza border and more into the interior of Israel, I felt more relaxed. It didn't dissipate altogether, though, due to the rising tensions with Iran towards the end of my 2 weeks. So the uneasiness would show its ugly head again by way of locals reminding us to always be aware of our closest bomb shelter, then recommendations to add the Red Alert app to our phones, which send instant push notifications from the Israeli Home Front Command, made it all feel a bit too real. Thankfully, I never heard a Red Alert warning, and I never had to go into a bomb shelter. The tail end of my stay, I watched as European airlines canceled evening flights so their crews wouldn't have to stay in Tel Aviv overnight. I liken it to a smoke detector with a dying battery. It's mostly quiet, so it fades into the background. Most of the time, I kept on working, laughing, cleaning, until the smoke alarm suddenly chirps and jolts me back into awareness. Just when I settle down again, another chirp reminds me that the problem is still there. For the first time, I felt like I was earning my Israeli stripes. I felt some of the weight our Israeli family carries every single day. Sitting in my house in Henderson, Nevada, I could sympathize with Israel's safety, but standing on its soil, I developed a more emotional connection to it. My second takeaway came during a dinner in Tel Aviv with 3 of my cousins. We met on Dizengoff Street, a place buzzing with nightlife and energy. As we walked, one of my cousins casually mentioned he had been on this very street during 3 different attacks over the years. He described rushing towards gunfire because of his medic background and applying pressure to a victim's gunshot wound amidst the chaos of not knowing who was a civilian and who was a threat. I looked around the crowds and wondered if I'd witnessed multiple attacks in my own neighborhood, say the district here in Henderson, would I still be visiting these restaurants? I suspect I may have changed my habits, but Israelis are resilient in a way we haven't been forced to be. To them, showing up as an act of defiance, it was another profound lesson in what it meant to belong to this land. My final takeaway is a message for my daughters. I hope they see their father's actions and understand that true commitment often requires more than just making a donation. While donations are vital, I wanted to show them a more profound level of dedication. I think my daughters understand how much their dad likes his own bed. They know I'm not particularly a fan of sweeping out lunch halls, having mango tree fungus fall on my face, or using communal bathrooms with floors that make squishy noises. But by choosing to endure these small comforts that serve our fellow Jews, I wanted to demonstrate that our family's commitment to the Jewish people should also be hands-on. It is important for future generations to support Israel in any and all ways they can. And this January, I made sure to show my family and myself that I support Israel with my whole being.
Shabbat shalom, y'all. I'm Josh Wertheimer. For me, I'm sorry, this microphone is going to be difficult. Better? Okay. For me, my favorite experiences while in Israel were learning from and probing the populace for the pulse of the country. We met a lot of different people along the way. While I don't want to forget any of the trip, since there were so many memorable people whose lives intersected with our journey, I'll just highlight a couple of my favorites. The interactions fit into a couple of categories: the conversations and relationships made, and the relationships further solidified. We have contacts there. A few of us have previously traveled to the Negev, and as part of the Bachman Foundation missions that bring Jews from Israel to Las Vegas and to Denver, Colorado, and then from Las Vegas to the Rahat Negev. And so we know people there. In fact, our friend Jared, he grew up in Florida but made Aliyah around 20 years ago. He was our primary contact, setting up and coordinating volunteering opportunities for the 6 of us while we were there, and then the 2 of them while they stayed. So getting up early to run through the desert with Jared was a great way to spend an hour catching up with a friend, having Shabbat dinner with my friend Shlomit, and, who I'd met previously when I was there, and then where Art got to have the conversation that he was mentioning. Dinner was great there, by the way. Having drinks after dinners with some pals that Michael had made on one of his mission trips there, and they had been here and we previously met. And dinner in Ramat Negev with the mayor of the region, and just seeing a lot of old friends. It was a pretty amazing experience. All relationships that it feels like are being nurtured into true friendships. I'm anxious to return, hopefully with my family, to spend more time with our Israeli friends down in the desert. We met so many people. The first group of kids that we met a lot of kids along the way. The first group, though, was this teenagers from Derech Eretz, which are deferring their military enrollment to improve their chances at a better military job and therefore a post-military network and potential life. And after our meeting, we were invited to observe their physical training. That's when we found out about this young lady that had her whole life, like all except for maybe 2 birthdays were spent in a bomb shelter. So like she lives just north, I mean like maybe like a stone throw north of Gaza. And so she lives in fear. Like you can imagine the traumas that this young lady, barely 19 years old, 18 years old, is experiencing. I mean, like really 6 months ago, she could have been in my class. I mean, that girl could have been in 3rd period. Like, it's just really eye-opening to see how young these kids are. And so we got to see these kids doing PT and they're like physical training, these little kids, like, well, they look like little kids to us, but I mean, they're about to go like grab rifles and defend the country. And these kids, like they're like in the dirt and in the mud, and they don't have to be there, they're choosing to be there. And the kid told me, the one guy, he said, yeah, we could go back to our room, but we want to be here. We want to be doing this stuff. And so watching these young people do their thing and really training to support their country and the pride that they have in their country was amazing. I saw them the next morning or 2 mornings later. It's Friday morning at this point, and I saw these kids, and I was out for a run early along the perimeter of this kibbutz. Like you run along, and it's like barbed wire. Like what's out there over there in the desert, we don't know, but you're not allowed to go out there. And I see these kids are doing their thing early in the morning, and I swing in there just to say hi, and they're like, Josh, we love you. This is so great that you're here. We love it that you guys are here and volunteering, and it just felt so good to feel this love. And I was like, you know what? We love you too, man. We love what you're doing. We cannot begin to put into words how powerful it is what you kids are doing over here, and we love your energy. We love your hope. We love your optimism. And man, hugs, and these kids are finally going home for Shabbat for the first time in a month, and oh man, it's so cool. I could tell you a lot more people. Oh, I want to make sure I highlight these kids in the dining hall when we were in the Navy. I've gone off script now, so sorry. We met these kids when we were in the Navy. Well, every time that we were, like while we were in the Navy, every time there was a meal, we're sitting down to eat with these kids. And these kids, like some of them are carrying rifles, and some of them are beautiful young girls carrying rifles, and some of them are handsome young men carrying rifles, and some of them are ugly, but they're all carrying rifles. And but they're all Jews, so I mean, it feels so great to be surrounded by all these Jewish kids doing their thing. And at some point, they find out that we're from Las Vegas. And these young men in this Snapier unit, which is this group that like they ride on this boat. We ended up getting a tour of this boat, and these kids find out that we're from Vegas, and then they got so excited about gambling. Oh, they wanted to play some poker so bad. Oh, they wanted to play poker. So we met up in their barracks one night, and they proceeded to take all of our money. But I think we really wanted them to win, you know? Like, it felt good seeing these kids, how excited they were. At the end, one of us is paying out. Somebody's got cash, and they're paying out a $20 bill, and the young man that won the money, he says, sign it. All of you, I want you to sign it. This is my souvenir. And so we pulled out a $5 bill so he could spend the 20, and we signed the 5. Oh, man, it was so great. Those kids had a blast. We had a blast. We heard back from the kids from Derech Eretz. And Jared told us some quotes from them. They said they shared how meaningful it was to meet you One participant said they'll cherish the conversations we had as we continue to grow into responsible adults. Another told their friends, so many people hate us for being Israelis, and we got to meet true Jewish Maccabees. You gave them something powerful. This is Jared's words. You gave them something powerful, reassurance that they are not alone. I felt completely welcome in Israel. It was unreal how welcoming the Israelis were, whether it was the bartender that was buying us vodka shots or the front desk attendant that was like, she did our laundry and then cried when we had to leave. Even Moishe. So I got a hold of this guy, Moishe. Don't you worry. I got a hold of this guy, Moishe. He sent me this gift for Alan for putting this trip together. He wanted to make sure Dina knew he knew how to clean a floor. So here you go, my friend Alan. Thank you so much for putting this trip together. Moishe thanks you. Moishe loves you. Dina's gonna love you for teaching her how this squeegee works, my friend. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Hold on. There was one more thing I wanted to make sure I add. Look, I've never volunteered on a trip in my life. I never have. And I've cracked a couple jokes up here, and I had a blast on this trip. And I got to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, 10 out of 10, I would recommend you volunteer. I would recommend you volunteer when you travel. And whether you travel to Israel or not, I would recommend that you volunteer when you travel. And definitely, if you go to Israel, find a way to volunteer. Definitely.
Thank you, Josh and Eric. And now we all come together with this reminder that we are all Jews and that we are the people of Israel.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed.
We're going to repeat after Glory.
4B.
And you shall love Adonai with all your soul, and all your might, and teach these words through day and night, to all your children, for it's their right, and wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and on your gates throughout all time. And you shall love Adonai with all your soul, and all your might, and teach these words through day and night, to all your children, for it's their right, and wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorpost of your house, and on your gates throughout all time.
And in the story that we heard, the stories that we hear tonight, we hear the miracles, and we celebrate the miracle now of freedom and that ability to call out and to be free in this moment where we are the people of Israel. Who is like you? Now we're going to hear from Alan Mann, who's going to tell us a very special story.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I hope you all stick around for the Oneg, where you will hear some stories that you will not believe. And you'll also hear the origin, the beginnings of how this trip all happened. And I'm going to tell one of those stories now. We were taken to the Gaza border, where we met a Major Nissam from the Jerusalem Battalion. They had just gotten done with a mission at the Yellow Line, which is the front line now in Gaza. And while talking to him, we looked at his uniform, and it was tattered, and the Velcro on his uniform didn't fit, and his bulletproof vest was askew, and we asked what was going on. And he said the government does not have the funds to give them new equipment. And so what happens is when the troops rotate out, the newer troops, all the equipment is just handed down to them. And as they roll out and roll out and roll out, we knew what we had to do. And so we asked Major Nissam what they needed. He gave us a list, and they said, why don't you go to the Army Navy surplus store in Beersheba, which we did. They looked at the list and they said, what, are you kidding? We don't have this stuff. The soldiers come here on their weekends for their basic needs. But they said that across town there was a gun dealer, a weapons merchant at a gun range. We got the address. We went down an alley, up 2 flights of stairs, and walked into this range, and it was like a movie. There were guys with tattoos down their necks, and we asked to see the owner. And one of the employees went back and said, he doesn't want to see you. So now what do? We walk out, and there was this young girl by the door, and we told her, we really need to see the owner. And she said, hey, that's my father. She went back. A few minutes later, she waves us in. We walk into this room where there's this Russian arms dealer who owns the gun range, and he said, where are you guys from? And we said the magic word, Vegas. Vegas? I stayed at the Wynn 2 years ago. And he said, who are you? And what do you want? And we said, well, we're so-and-so and so. And this is our rabbi. A rabbi? You have a rabbi here wanting to buy weapons and gear for the soldiers? He said, let me see that list. We pushed the list across the desk, and he looked at it. For the next 20 minutes, he's on the phone, I don't know, with Bosnia or Croatia. And he's writing things down. He gets off the phone, and he says, this is not going to be cheap. And we looked at it, and I handed him a credit card, which at the time I figured was a mistake. A week later, we get this video on our phones.
Hi guys, we just got the gear you sent us. Really a big thank you. You have no idea how this is for us, the world. We need this gear, we need this equipment, and we will use it for the next tour. That will come really, really fast. And again, thank you. It's in one hand we really need it, in the second hand it really shows the collaboration and the solidarity, and the we are one people, you and us. And really, thank you. You have no idea. Thank you, and again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice.
Our friends from the Las Vegas community, we want to thank you very much. We are now here in Gaza, the Jerusalem Battalion, before a big operation in the Yellow Line. We want to thank you and tell you how much we appreciate your help and support. This helps us serve and keep the Yellow Line. We really thank you, and we want to wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
One more piece to the story that I forget. As we were leaving this Russian arms dealer, I walked down and I said, boy, those are some really cool hats you have there. Do you think we can get us some hats? The guy looked at me and he said, you're like the ones I invite over for cake, and on the way out the door, you want all my cookies. Well, we got the hats. Stick around for the oneg, there's more.
That's great. So we turn now to our Amidah prayers, where normally in the service, when it's not Shabbat in the round, we say, Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Where we saw these soldiers declare how wonderful it was to feel the love all around. That's one way that God shows love, through us. And so this Shabbat in the round, we have a variation of this prayer where we ask God for what it is that we need. We show our whole hearts and say, Adonai, love me. Adonai, protect me, guide me, comfort me. Whatever it is, lay it on the table. And we ask God in this moment for ourselves and for the world around us. So we'll start with this Adonai, love me, and then we'll go into a silent Amidah. So I want you to think for a moment, what is it that you're asking God for?
Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai.
So what is it? What are you asking for? Let's hear it. Oh, Mimi, yeah. Okay, show me kindness. I love it. Adonai, we'll say be kind. Be kind, Adonai. Be kind, Adonai. Be kind, please be kind, Adonai. Okay, I heard another one out here. I think it was Heal Me. All right. Adonai, heal me, Adonai. Heal us, Adonai. Heal me, please heal us, Adonai. What else you got for me? Guide. Adonai, guide me, Adonai. Guide me, Adonai. Guide me, please guide me, Adonai. Protect us, okay. Adonai, protect us, Adonai. Protect us, Adonai. Protect us, please protect us, Adonai. Adonai, love me. Adonai, love me, Adonai. Love me, Adonai. Love me, please love me, Adonai. We invite you now to rise as you are able or you are willing for your private, personal Amidah prayers. Adonai, love me, Adonai. Love me, Adonai. Love me, please love me, Adonai.
In this week's Torah portion, Tetzaveh begins with a command. Tetzaveh, you shall tell the people to bring, well, lamps for lighting from olives, from the olive trees that I'm certain that you saw so many of being one of the 7 species in the land of Israel during your trip. And that olive oil was meant to turn into a flame, literally the Ner Tamid. These are in all of our sanctuaries, all of the places that we pray, and we are taught that that light should be everlasting, eternal, as a reminder that God is with us in this space. Indeed, though, God is with us wherever we go, and as we prepare to read the names of those who are in need of a prayer of healing of the body, the mind, or the spirit, let us think of how we can be those malachim, those angels here on earth for all of those people who are in need of healing. And so if you are joining us by the live stream this evening or on Facebook tonight, we invite you to place your loved ones' names in the chat so that we can pray for them as well. And we first think of all those individuals whose names have been submitted for prayers for healing this week. And so we pray for Lawrence Sutherland, Cosette Conrad, Juniper Gill, Warren Peskin, Deanne Emmer, Jerry Grau, Yvonne Peskin, Sheila Huyenga, Arlene Kolodner, Carol Geller, Kate Jimenez, Maxine Toof, Harvey Yeager, Logan Knapp and family, Jarrett Goldberg, Anthony Sayens, Chuck Johnson, Richard Muller, Shane Cranston, Stuart Lerner, and of course, all those in Israel who are in need of our prayers as well. If there's someone for whom you'd like to say a prayer for healing this evening, someone that perhaps needs just a little bit of the Spirit of God, that eternal flame with them tonight, please rise and share your loved ones' names as my eyes meet yours.
Rhoda Mendelson, Oliver Paco, Jeff Wayne, the Cohen family, Arlene Kaplan, Neil Berkby, Peter Jett, Paul Jett, James Jett, Helen Cohen, Anthony Mayetta, Michael Evans, Janine Johnson, Hunter Kelly.
And so we are with all of these individuals this evening as one community praying for their healing. As we always say, perhaps praying mostly for a sense of wholeness on their journey. Tonight, the Misha Berach for healing that we'll be singing together is on page 11b in our prayer books. It's written by Cantor Becky Mann. If you'd like to rise and put your arms around your neighbor, you are welcome to do so at this time.
Kor
So you guys went off script, huh? We're going to have more going off script during the oneg. So when the oneg happens outside, we'll have a chance to eat for 15 minutes or so. And then in the back of the room in the social hall, we're going to have an informal conversation where we're going to share some more stories about what happened over these few weeks. And we hope that you'll join us. You can bring your brownies, you can bring, the punch, whatever you want, but we have a lot more to tell and share with you. So here are my final thoughts. As we come to the end of tonight, I want to reflect not on what we did in Israel, but on what Israel did to us. We came home with stories. You've heard many of them tonight, stories rooted in real places, real people, real moments. Some were inspiring, some were unsettling. Some still don't have neat endings. But beneath the stories, there were a few things we carried back that feel enduring. The first is this: Israel is not held together by certainty. It is held together by responsibility. We met people who were tired, people who were under-resourced, people who did not pretend to have answers, and yet again and again, we saw people showing up anyway for their units, for their neighbors, for strangers. We saw resilience that didn't look triumphant. We saw courage that didn't announce itself, and that changed each of us. The second thing we brought home was humility. Many of us grew up with an image of Israel as strong, capable, technologically advanced, always prepared. And yes, there is strength, but there is also improvisation, old equipment, people making do. It reminded us of teachers who buy classroom supplies out of their own pockets, of communities that function not because everything is perfect, but because people step in when things fall short. Israel, we learned again, runs on people filling the gaps. And finally, we brought home a kind of hope that I would call earned. The young people we met were not naive. They didn't speak in slogans. Many told us plainly that peace, as they once imagined it, no longer feels realistic in their lifetime. And yet they spoke of love, of building families, of contributing, and of staying. This is our home. That kind of hope is not loud. It doesn't deny pain or fear or loss. It lives alongside them. It persists anyways. And so we went to Israel to give our neshamas, our souls, for a short time. And what Israel gave us in return was a deeper sense of connection, not only to the state of Israel, but to the Jewish people and to one another. A reminder that Judaism is not only about belief, but about responsibility, about showing up, about presence. Tonight was not just about recounting a trip. It was about reminding ourselves that distance does not excuse disengagement, and that even now, especially now, showing up still matters. May the stories you heard tonight strengthen our bonds to Israel, to one another, and to the enduring Jewish idea that none of us stands alone. Yehudi Aravin Zeh B'Zeh, every Jew is responsible one for the other. Gentlemen, thank you for sharing this with me. Thank you.
Nightmares, afraid of sleeping. Voices, I hear them all. Please know that I've been thinking about you all along. Your face on every poster, street walls around the world. I hope they see you, but there you don't belong. All I'm fighting for is to bring you home, bring you home. bring you home, bring you home. Standing in the town square, people.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמרבה בעלמא דברה חירותך ויאמר מלכותך בחייכם וביומכם ובחיי דחל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב.
Sitting in silence, we're not okay. The things our nation's been through, the pain will never go away. All I see is darkness. How much can we take? But the spirit of Am Yisrael, that will never break. Somehow even in the darkest moments, Am Yisrael perseveres through it all. Even when the world seems broken, even when the tears don't seem to dry, we will rise above, we will stand as one. Am Yisrael Chai. Even when the pain feels so heavy, even when it's hard to see the light, we will rise above, we will stand as one. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. The emotions are endless. We can feel so alone, but we will rise up united. We will get through this as one. Somehow even in the darkest moments, Am Yisrael perseveres through it all. Even when the world seems broken, even when the tears don't seem to dry, we will rise above, we will stand as one. Am Yisrael Chai.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום,
So thank you to Art for putting together that beautiful movie of your journey together. A reminder for our next prayer, Alenu, that it is up to us if we want to see the world change.
Page 12.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were free to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu leshabea. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Aleinu leshabea. It's time to live our praise. Please rise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu leshabea. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu leshabea. It's time to live our praise. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. We remain standing for our Kaddish prayer. We think of all those who are no longer with us. Recently, we've lost Ed Cranston, Alexander Epstein Gadai, Howard Rubel, Darlene Friedman, David Coomer, Howard Skolnick, Jeffrey Smalley, and Maxine Schoenwald. We continue to observe the Shana. We also observe the Yortzites of Barbara Getzel, George Fishbein, Benjamin Valenson, Emmanuel Stern, Louis Davidson, Daniel Murkow, Lawrence Ross, Ethel Richstone, Esther Krentzman, Bessie Goodman, Saul Bloom, Jean Duddleson, Louis Poneman, Alex Sachs, Harold Schlesinger, Albert Goldstein, Lillian Schulman, Claire Prezant, Annette Gore, Stanley Stadowski, David Cagle, Minna Aloni, Nathaniel Radwine, Francis McConey, Morris Waltman, Jacobo Gassman, Janet Frocht, David Geller, Leo Hallerman, Robert Gus Gatellis, Mark German, Sansi Borenstein, Ruth Brender, Dean Talbot Pillsbury, Steve Corman, Elaine Lang, Leon Golovner, Miriam Kaufman, Herminia Barreto, Leo Levine, Larry Lunenfeld, Diane Cohen, Shirley Weiss, Leo Schoenfeld, Sonny Spiewak, Joan Wolberg, Leah Lepler-Noyek, Shirley Wirt, Max Weiner. If you would like to add someone's name to that list, someone you are thinking of for Kaddish prayers, please recite their name at this time.
Leonard Nimoy and Neil Sedaka.
From our live stream, Neil Berkby, Jay Cohen, Doris Glodner. And we think of all of those who we lost after the atrocities or on the atrocities of October 7th and thereafter. And together we recite our Kaddish prayer.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulomei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yinaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shmei Kedusha B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ve'oma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shalom Rabbah min Shemaya, V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say,
Amen.
Amen.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
Please be seated. We're going to have our Kiddush and Motzi. So anyone that's here from our religious school that wants to join us, I see some friends that are here from college that may want to join us. Don't shake your head.
So while we're getting ready and all these folks are coming forward, I do want to bring some awareness to what's happening in Israel right now. If you are unfamiliar, please look on the Religious Action Center for Reform Judaism webpage or the Union for Reform Judaism webpage or Nashot HaKotel, the Women of the Walls webpage, and learn about what's happening in Israel right now. There is a bill that's going through the Knesset that is talking about criminalizing any kind of prayer at the Western Wall that is not according to the rabbinic authority. That would mean any kind of egalitarian worship. And so there are lots of different places you can find petitions to send to consulates. And so if you would like to take some action on behalf of egalitarian worship as we practice here in the United States and is practiced by the majority of Jews around the world, please go to one of those websites I mentioned. You can go to the Union for Reform Judaism, urj.org, for more information.
Thank you. So I had a show of hands here. Who has ever been to Israel? Okay, great. Oh, that's so nice. Now, keep your hand up if you've been to Israel since October 7th. Much fear. Okay. So we are recognizing that, and it's time that we have another CNT trip to Israel. So in addition to us going to Morocco next year, in probably the first week of June, last week of May in 2027, we will have our next CNT trip to Israel. It is geared for all, including families. It's time to go to Israel. So if your hand wasn't up since October 7th, as you saw from the videos, you saw from my own journey after October 7th and the volunteerism that I had there as well, it's time to see what the difference is. There is a difference, and it's time to talk to the people, and it's time to go. So that gives you some planning time, a little bit of a runway, and we hope that you'll join us. And more information on that coming soon. I want to thank all of our guests for the work that they did in Israel and how they shared it with us. I got many videos in real time, especially of dirty kitchen floors and bathroom floors and fungus and all the things, and milking cows, and Rabbi Axelrod came home looking just like Ben Gurion. It was fantastic. But in all seriousness, thank you for the work that you did. Thank you to Eric and Josh and Art and Alan and Rabbi Axelrod and Michael Torgman, who's not here as well. We want to thank everyone who put our services together and gave of their time and talent tonight. Alex on sound, Tanya was running the video. We have John and Brad and Glory, our musicians, amazing musicians. And we have Etta, one of our Sheer Heart singers. Rabbi Olshine, my partner in prayer. And we have our Shamashim, Brian and Dell. We want to thank you very much. And Roberta's here, Lee's here, our security's here, our ushers are here. We're so grateful. And the weather is beautiful, so let's embrace it. We're going to have our oneg outside following our Kiddush, Motzi, and final Osei Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei hagafen.
L'chaim.
As we go to our challah, it looks like we have a homemade challah. Is this one from Cassidy? Yeah, all right. Cassidy made some homemade challah. And there, if you want to make hamantashen, the sisterhood is having a hamantashen bake on Tuesday. So definitely join us for that. Mm-hmm. And I think it was mentioned, but Broadway Purim coming up, preview on Friday night. And on Sunday, we have the whole spiel and carnival. And you may notice that services are different every week here. So this service is one kind of music. Next week, it's going to be crazy with Megillah and Broadway and all kinds of things.
Which kind do you want?
And
The
then
homemade? There you
I
go.
would like to
Take
say
it.
it's a vanilla Shabbat after that, but it's probably not. So
Vanilla being the most favorite, what is it? The
Flavor.
Most favorite flavor of ice cream worldwide. Vanilla.
All right.
Shabbat.
Here we go.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thank you, Mimi. I think Mimi's leading services from now on. Just Mimi and Etta. How about that? Two of them. Okay. All right. We close with a prayer for peace from deep within our hearts. Osei Shalom. We hope you'll follow us to the oneg on the patio.
Osei Shalom, Bibroma. Osei Shalom,
live stream people.
Bibroma. Uyase, uyase, uyase Shalom. Uyase, uyase, uyase Shalom. Uyase, uyase, uyase Shalom. Aleinu. One, two, three, four. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for being here.
Okay, we'll go this way.
Yes.
And it was also warm today. It was really, really warm today. Next week. special talk, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, enjoy the goodies now, okay?
I thought you were the goodie.
Not all of them.